time? The answer is unknown to most of us, except only that the character of time traveler in this book says that this is possible. The Time Machine is a science fiction novella by H.G. Wells. In its storyline narrative, it elaborates the journey of a time traveler through various realms of time in past and future. Dotted with generous descriptions and beautifully crafted storytelling, the novel was the first in the series of the texts which introduced the concept of time travel. The book begins with the time traveler demonstrating to his audience over dinner his experimental time machine that is made in brass and ivory. He attempts to explain to them that with the help of this machine, humans would be able to travel through time. Taking the example of a 3D cube, he explains that what we call as geometry is based on the false notion that a cube is made only from the three coordinates: length, breadth, and height. He says that in order for a cube to appear, the fourth dimension of time must be included with the three coordinates. For instance, a line of zero length is no line. Similarly, a cube requires a duration of time in order to exist as an appearance. Flabbergasted though, the audience is not convinced that time travel is possible. He invites the audience again the following day. The next day, the audience waits for the time traveler, but he is not to be seen anywhere. Then all of a sudden, he steps into the room with a limp in his leg and clothes soiled with dirt and green moss. Returning to the dinner table in a short while, he eats with a voracious appetite and starts telling his audience about his adventures in time travel. At first, his time machine takes him to the time period of 802-701 AD. Here, there are two kinds of creatures, Eloi and Morlocks. Eloi are tiny-sized fruit-eating humans who are childlike both in terms of sensitivity and intellect. The other creatures are Morlocks. Morlocks are ape-like carnivorous creatures who are afraid of fire and light. While the Eloi people live on the surface, the Morlocks have fled into the underground, called as the underworld, due to their sensitivity towards light and fire. The insight that pops in my mind when I read about these two creatures, Eloi and Morlocks, is that they represent the duality of mind apparent in every human. Every human is part sensitive, hedonistic, and fearful like Eloi people, and part predatory like the carnivorous, fear representing Morlocks. Moving ahead with the storyline. From where the time traveler had initiated his journey, there is a monumental structure which resembles a white sphinx. He has now lost his time machine, so from the white sphinx monuments, he walks towards the palace of green porcelain to have some rest and to recover his lost time machine. Here, he steps into the underground well. He is accompanied by a tiny Eloi human named Veena. The palace of green porcelain is empty except that he finds some matchsticks there. By the time he reaches in the underworld and all the matchsticks are depleted, he gets attacked by Morlocks. Since he has no more matchsticks to frighten the Morlocks, he escapes from the dark underworld and comes to the surface and starts running towards the White Sphinx monument again. It is a rambling sight. Morlocks are biting into his flesh like tiny human bugs. He notices that these creatures are also attacking and killing Eloi people. Suddenly, a forest fire erupts from somewhere where he had ignited some of the matchsticks earlier. Veena is lost. Morlocks flee away, scared from fire. He discovers his time machine and this time goes to the future, millions of years ahead in time, to witness the last moments of life on Earth. He reaches a deserted land covered in green moss and lichen, blood-red beaches, reddish crab-like creatures chasing giant enormous butterflies, sun growing larger, redder and dimmer, Earth's rotation coming to an end. Then finally he witnesses it all as the last of the Earth's life freezes to a stillness and all goes still and silent. Thereupon he returns to the present world, flying over buildings and smoke-filled cities. Audience still doesn't find this believable, but everybody seems to be listening quite attentively to his tales. Curious to know more, one of the audience, the narrator, returns to the time traveler's laboratory once again the next day. He sees that the time traveler is there carrying a camera with him. The time traveler asks the man to wait for a few hours, saying that he was going on another time traveling trip and he will return shortly. This time he says he would bring the evidence of his adventures with the help of his camera, and once again he disappears. At the end of the book, the narrator writes that it's been 3 years since the time traveler disappeared and he hasn't returned this time. Thank you.